Hi there, and welcome to my dining room table. Are you going to be throwing a baby or a bridal shower? I know it can be stressful to hostess events, so I have some tools to help you plan and organize it that will reduce your stress and that will help you pull off the shower with ease. I have a couple of forms, and these are downloadable, printable, and they're free. So I'm going to have you come on over here. I will show them to you and just show you how they work so you'll know what to expect. So this first one is called a baby shower planner, but it can actually be for bridal shower. Very little difference, and I'll have one for each, a form for each that you can download. So basically you're going to just put all your information here. Who the shower is for, is it baby girl, boy, twins, date, time, place, and who the host or hosts are. Then contact info. So this would be basically who the people would contact to give their RSVP to. And then you want to think about invitations. A lot of times people do both paper ones and online ones. You've got a lot of choices. I like evite.com. Of course, paper ones are there. You have something tangible to keep in a baby book. I know I kept them in my baby books. So it's just your choice what you want to do. And I have different ways here to figure out how much you've done and check them off when you get things done. And then we go into food, and this is where you plan like what your main cake or cupcakes are. Then any accompanying foods, if you're doing that, and that can be anything as simple as mints, nuts, to just all sorts of baby foods. And of course, the ideas for that abound on Pinterest. Then we've got beverages, and you just plan that. And of course, there's some really fun things you can do with punch bowls and rubber duckies and ice cream that looks like bath water and foam. But you can also just keep it simple. And then you'll probably want to have some kind of a theme. People don't always do this, but it's fun to have a theme. It could be woodland, it could be, roses for a baby girl. Then you want to decide what your actual colors are so you'll know what to get in the way of decorations and napkins and plates and all that kind of thing. So then here is where you plan your decorations, exactly what you want to get. And by the way, I have a blog article that I have written on this very thing. It's called My Best DIY Baby Shower Ideas. And I actually have ideas for all of these things in there, and a lot of free printables and just ways to help you plan the shower. And then we have activities and games. Now these are two different things. Activities are one thing, and that could be like creating a book for the mom, or it could be people talking and sharing, or a praying time, or it could be one other idea I have that's actually another whole blog article is how to do an ABC book for baby, and that's something that everybody at the shower does. So that's another really fun one. And then games is entirely a different matter, and I've got lots of ideas for those, but of course those also abound on the internet these days. So, and if you are going to if people are going to be writing, then you need to think ahead to get magazines or books and pencils, pens, whatever to write with and on. So then we have shower prizes, and you need to decide how many you want and your criteria for awarding them, like the most points, the least points, the average points, first done, last done, just whatever your criteria is. But just decide that ahead so that you're not deciding that with 15, 20, 25 people sitting there looking at you. That works a lot easier. So then we go to the shower agenda, and this is where you write down everything you're going to actually be doing and in what order on that day. And this way you're not just winging it, and you don't forget anything. So I have a welcome, and housekeeping matters first, and this I handle how to handle coffee and food so that people know, are they supposed to be getting up to go get that, or is there a certain designated time you're going to be doing that later, and explain where the bathroom is, an important matter for most people that have not been to your home before. And then I also like to give directives for phone use during the shower, and I have some ideas for how to handle that, because that can be kind of a irritating thing. Some people are not real aware of their own voice, and they'll just answer the phone right in the middle of the shower for all to hear their conversation, and it is quite disruptive. So I have a way to handle that. And then it's fun to start with introductions, and I think a really fun, easy one, if you don't have another icebreaker, is how they know the guest of honor. That's always a fun one. How they're related. You can have them say a little bit more, like something fun or sweet, or just whatever you want to have them do. Then we have the games and the activities, however you want to do that, whatever order. And again, you can switch the order of any of these. If you download the Word version, then you are actually able to edit everything on there. If you download the PDF, that's basically as if we took a picture of this. You can't edit or change the order on it. It's more stable, everything stays in place, but you can't edit it. So if you like this idea, you're fine with the PDF. Otherwise, you might want to download the Word document and change the order, add details that you would like. And then something to consider that I often forget until the very end and several people have left, or I don't even think about it until the shower's over, is a group photo. This is really neat to have. I even have these in my baby books of my kids from 40 years ago. And it's really fun to look back on a picture like that and see who all was there and what they looked like back then. So you can do a selfie, of course, or get someone, a professional photographer, but probably not unless you've got one in your crowd. But just who's going to actually do it and get that figured out. So mom opens gifts and decide ahead who's going to record the gifts and the gift givers, and then serve food. And I have notes about that, whatever you want to put there, and then any other notes that you want to add into that. So that's that for the organizing and planning, and those things really will reduce a lot of stress and just help you know ahead what you're doing so you don't have anything missing on the day of the event. You'll just have everything flowing smoothly, and it will just feel a lot more relaxing than if you just winged it. So one last bonus item here is baby bingo. You can get these on the internet, but usually they just have the grid, and what I have added here is all sorts of baby items. Just options that people can look at, and they're not obviously not things that are necessarily in the gifts, but it just gives them ideas for what to put in those boxes. The reason I did that is because I always had a hard time. It's like I look at these blank squares and I don't know what to fill in there. I've got maybe 5 items, and then I'm racking my brain trying to think what they are. So I just gave you lots of options there. And this is also a free printable, and you can just download that, print it out for all of your guests, and have a fun baby bingo game. So thanks for watching.